That nigga should be in the 80s. Shit, if he's starting, he should be close to the 90s. Shit. Yeah.
Right at the convergence of the Three Rivers on Art Rooney Drive, we welcome you to Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New York Jets and the Pittsburgh Steelers. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And some space here. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him. But don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
When they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside. They can run a play down.
And nobody leaked. Big play. And they'll run it here. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains.
And that's a run that'll energize the offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
No, I'm saying, how the fuck my linebacker got hurt and I'm on offense? My starting linebacker just got hurt. I'm on fucking offense.
Have him on the move on first down. Now a play fake here on first down. Eluding the pressure right. And he hits his target. It's Kenny Stills. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. That one goes for 24 yards.
Well, I don't mean to jump in on you, partner, but they didn't waste any time getting downfield, did they? I mean, a nice big play there.
3 plays, 3 successful plays in plus territory. Now this defense on its heels a bit.
It seems like they had something targeted there, doesn't it? It's like, okay, we've got a matchup we like coming right out of the gate. Let's go ahead and get right to it.
Darnold from the red zone now. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Well, this crowd does not like that call.
Understandable reaction from them. That's their team that the penalty is going against. But you and I both know they're going to take care of the quarterback.
So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's first and goal.
All right, now look at 56. Look at 56. Watch it now, Barney.
Now whistles come in before the snap. Looked like one of the Jets may have moved. And they'll try again here, first and goal after the false start. Now it's Darnold. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line.
Oh my God, you fucking serious, man.
They make a good bit of that yardage back as they're set up in
That
much
shit was
better
a
shape now
fucking
for second and
that
goal.
shit was a touchdown, dog. Oh, the niggas just fucked me over that one, boy.
Second and goal from the 1. They'll give it to him up the middle. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
After a play like that, there should be congratulations all the way around, I think, because if you can stop a big fullback like that, that's not easily done.
Yeah, he does not go down easily. You're right, but he did there. Here is Cook on third and goal. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. A great effort there with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Jets take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Gold able to tack on the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. Gold now out to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Rudolph going to lead the Steelers up now 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down, here's Rudolph. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before it's taken down.
Yeah, that wasn't.
Good pick up there at 20 yards.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
They go play action here on 1st down. They'll roll him out right. Caught on the right side by Adams. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first.
I know he was on like a while ago, but I ain't seen it yet.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Detroit! Detroit!
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And they'll get him down as he's inside.
You gotta switch it up,
12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh.
I switch it up with a cover 3 and a cover 1.
Them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
But you got as long as you can get your, you got a glass front four, get the nigga 9 on his ass.
Let's see what they decide
Before
to
he
do
can
here
read that
because they
shit.
got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Rudolph rolling to his left. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's taken down inside the 30. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in the paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker, can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Leopard! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot. But they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
They'll come up now on a second and long after the hold. Now it's Rudolph off the bootleg, rolling to his right. That'll go as a loss of 9, and it leads to third down. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Back with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's Steeler football to begin quarter number 2. They're in the midst of a nice drive, but facing a third and long here.
Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now Rudolph. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's fourth down. So on fourth down, the Steelers call on the number of Chris Boswell for the field goal try. The wind is at his back here in the second quarter. And this is going to wind up left. Well struck, but it's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little. And when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, sent this one off target.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? A boost here to start the drive after the penalty. It's 1st and 5.
Watch it now, Barney!
Cook following the penalty. Calling a gain of a
that
couple
nigga
there,
was
so it'll
gonna
leave him with a
fucking make
second
that
and just
damn
3.
block.
Not a whole lot there after the penalty, but remember, it was 1st and 5, not 1st and 10. So now they can keep grinding out first downs, and good things can happen for them. Just 2nd and short coming up.
To throw on 2nd down is Darnold. Now they go screen. It's complete. Give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's 3rd down.
They got a nigga drunk
So
on
many
rim.
things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking,
How the fuck?
the timing of the
Like the
pass
little
to
one or the
receiver,
iguana, nigga?
everything has to fit together just right. But on that day, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short game.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
Man. That nigga can't even move. That nigga stuck.
Now they try the right side here. Whoosh. There he goes, right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A big play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Jets find a way to stretch their lead.
That nigga said anybody could get thrown away. That's fucked up. That animal cruelty right there.
Extra point, and it's now 14-0.
That's fucked up.
Gold now out to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. Throw left side, complete to Smith-Schuster. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
When you struggle on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you're doing like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half. One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Under 4 to play now. Clock running, 3rd down. Rudolph now to throw. Buying time to his left. And this is going to be incomplete.
Now that's a tough throw for a right-handed quarterback, rolling out to his left and trying to get the ball to a receiver. We've seen all those drills where they try to get the shoulders square and point it towards the target downfield.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And a great job on special teams to down it as this will be marked down inside the 5-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
From his own goal line, Darnold completes it right side to Dodson. A huge play there on the screen pass. 45 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
First down, here's the run with Cook. Finding room inside the 40. Cook able to escape. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A great play there with his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game. And the Jets are going to add on to their lead. Gold able to tack on the extra point. And it's now 21-0. now out to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
We just saw another example of how the defense is winning this game. Really at the point of attack, the offensive line is just getting pushed around. I think now as a play caller, you got to give them a little bit of help. Maybe keep your tight ends a little bit more. Maybe the running backs help you a little bit with the pass blocking. But you've got to help them get some confidence because you can't abandon the play calling right now.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And the Steelers on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Rudolph looking to throw it. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. The head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with it and try and get him settled.
Now Darnold. On the left side, this is Stills. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find. Lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
On first down, Darnold. Looking for Stills here, and it's intercepted. A.J. Boye with a pick. A strong running.
Like a league game right now.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing
Playing a
efficiency.
league
And now
game.
that we're in December,
League
even the routine
game.
throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks.
Man,
and this
that's
one, it winds up getting picked off.
This shit look like it's over.
Rudolph following the fumble recovery. He'll buy some time right. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A gain of 32 that time. They'll fake it. Now Rudolph out to his left. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. And on the ground they go with a running back. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
When you put together a formula for winning defense, it's exactly what we're seeing in this game. Controlling the line of scrimmage, attacking, and changing everything so that now...
Man, this motherfucker wouldn't even let me jump. Come on now.
As his guys are in for 6, and the Steelers are able to cut into that deficit. The fly route works for the TD grab.
And you know the receivers love to say, if we get even with the defender, we're leaving. And that's exactly what he did, all the way into the end zone. And then he was on the business end catching it once he got over the stripe.
Boswell on now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And now out come the Jets. There's really no reason to change what they've been doing to this point. They've got the lead. They've looked good this first half.
I agree with you totally, and a lot of coordinators, play callers feel exactly the same way. Until you stop what I'm doing, why should I make any changes? But there are a few that kind of outguess themselves or try to outguess the opponent. And they try to consider what they would do to take things away and go to those plays right away. It'll be fun to watch when they get to the second half to see which way they go.
And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. A great effort there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Jets find a way to stretch their lead. Gold with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Gold now out to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Now Rudolph on first down. Caught on the right side by Dorsett. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Here comes a first down throw from Rudolph. And a quick throw here that's complete. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Second and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. Back to the air, Rudolph. Complete to Dorsett. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. And before they can run this third down play, we're going to get a timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. The Steelers on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Again, it's Rudolph. Goes underneath for Bell. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. From the left hash, it's a 42-yard attempt. And Boswell's kick is good. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
That'll be taken in the end zone. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Jets on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But
this
you're
is
going to do that?
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for him. Dancing to his left. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now a play fake, and it's Rudolph. But the Jets pressure too much as down he goes.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, third quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. That's taken on the 25. And now running right through it. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Here's the Jets offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen.
That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A big play there with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Jets are going to add on to their lead. And he pushed it right. It's no good. Gold now out to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. A screen to Bell. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
On first down, it's Rudolph. Flush to his right. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Philip Dorsett, the intended receiver. And now it's second down. You got a young quarterback, maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that, because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm.
Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Third and long, it's Rudolph. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And at a 42-yard line here and brought down there. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a fourth down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. Do you like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
This is taken at about the 14. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now the Jets offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, first and 10 at their own 27. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. Space to maneuver at the 40 as he'll get this one up to the 44-yard line. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Now whistles come in before the snap. Looked like one of the Jets may have moved. A false start backs him up 5, first and 15. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Back to throw, Darnold. He's going to air one out. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, third down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. To throw is Darnold. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 8 yards on the screen there, not enough. And it'll be 4th down.
They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a 1st down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. And now out come the Steelers. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might...
They'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. The left side throw complete to Adams. And they worked this well upfield across the 45. He got 29 yards that time.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that?
Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hilton. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down, Cook. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the 3rd quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the 2nd half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
The Jets on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Darnold. It's brought in by Dodson. 10 yards is the pickup. Good enough for a Jet 1st down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney.
Now it's Darnold. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But I think a Jet was able to recover, and they'll keep possession thanks to a heads-up play.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Back now in Pittsburgh. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. They pitch it out to Cook. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Stephon Tuitt, the one that got him down.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Jets on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. A shotgun snap for Darnold. Found his target. It's Anderson. A big gain of 31 on 3rd down. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Here's Darnold. Now he'll be wrapped up around the waist and pushed down.
No, they can't.
It's a team game, and sometimes individuals do stand out, don't they? How about that for a twofer? Tackle for loss on the running play on the previous down, and then comes right back and gets a sack.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Darnold now to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
Damn.
And that one will be no good. He never had it on line. It's well wide to the left. And this score will stay right where it is. So it's an empty possession, and as a kicker, not the way you want to start your day's work.
And now each team's missed a field goal here so far, Brandon, so apparently neither guy is immune.
Rudolph going to lead the Steelers up now 1st and 10 at the 45. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Trying to get it there to Martavis Bryant. And it's 2nd down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
2nd and 10, Rudolph again. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there. And they'll go on the ground. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
23 yards on the play. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback has to slide and find open space to throw.
He'll get it up the middle. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask.
He need to go with this fluke ass shit.
This is going to get him a first down. So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty. First and goal. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal.
They're right there at the 1. No gain, but don't let that stop you. Line back up and keep going at them. If I'm them, I'm thinking about going at it 4 straight times.
They'll give it to him up the middle. Pushing and fighting his way in for a Steeler touchdown. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Steelers are able to close the gap just a bit. The offense going to stay on the field as they will line up and go for 2. Here's Rudolph. He's got it. So they convert the 2. That keeps their slim hopes alive as we're back to a 2-score game. Boswell on now to kick this one away. New York set to take the field. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team, because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out? 2
yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Back to the ground. This time, Cook. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Detroit! Detroit! Watching now, Barney! Barney!
They run again on 1st down. Cook. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. Second and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming. Instead of running, Darnold's going to throw this thing. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Kenny Stills, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
The Jets on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is third down and 12. Now Darnold. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A gain of 19 and picking up the first.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag.
This nigga
down.
did not block this man in the back, man.
So retract the yardage and retract the touchdown.
And retract the chunk play. Big strike there to get the touchdown. Now they've got to take it back and see if they've got another one still in their arsenal.
Gone, gone! Gone, gone! We got three, fellas. We got three.
Now a handoff looking right. It's a gain of 3, and it'll be second down. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. After the loss, they'll come up second and 13.
Detroit! Detroit! Back there, you're not Philly. Here we go. Over, 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 over.
A give. This is Cook. And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. It looks like a pickup of 6. That leaves him with 7 yards to go on third down. Well, I know at points in this one you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people who really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal. That's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.
So for the Jets, it's a 10th win on the year as they move to 10-3. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, it's going to all but eliminate them from the playoff picture as they fall to 5-8. And they'll try to make them in.